I'm back. In this video, I'm going to tell you why I've been gone. I'm going to tell you all the details with my emergency surgery and my ovarian cyst. Hi. Thank you so much for joining me on this video today. I wanted to share this personal story and this personal experience that happened to me and just tell you the reason why I've been gone from my YouTube. If this is your first time here and you're interested in hair videos, makeup, fashion, beauty videos, and just life videos like this, please consider subscribing. It's the little red button down below. If you are already a subscriber and you're one of my Jackie How Cuties, I love you so much. Thank you so much for your support. I took a break from YouTube. Something just random happened and I had to get emergency surgery. I'm going to talk about it in this video, so let's get started. So let me just start from the beginning. I took a vacation day on Thursday, February 8th because my little son, Kyson, you all know my baby Kyson, he's 3 years old. He had just a regular checkup appointment, so I didn't want to take half a day and then come home, then get him ready, then go to the doctor's. So I figured, let me just take the day just to be lazy a little bit in the morning. And plus, I wasn't really feeling good at the beginning of that week. I already had my period in the beginning of the week. My period, it always gets me very uncomfortable, very weird with my emotions, my moods. I get severe headaches and I also get extremely heavy periods. So Thursday morning comes, everything's all good. I wake up, I make breakfast for my big son before he goes to school. I go back to bed, take a little rest, and then come like 11 o'clock, I eat lunch. So after I ate, I decided to just lay down in the sofa. So I was watching TV, just relaxing because I still had my period. I still felt, a little bit weird. So I'm laying down and then all of a sudden I get like cramps. So I go to the bathroom and then my period just got stronger. So I was like, okay, this is a little bit strong. This is just my period. It's extra bright and red, but that's fine because I always bleed heavy, so it wasn't even really a big deal. Just the pains was kind of like, okay, this is a little bit strong. This is normal for my period to just start on a Monday and then be strong for like 2 or 3 days and then weaken a little bit. So on Wednesday it was a little bit weak, and then I figured Thursday it was gonna come heavy again, and that's what it did. It came heavy again. So I was like, okay, so I changed my pad for a heavy pad again, go downstairs, tell Kyson I need to come back upstairs. So I come upstairs again because I have like a 2-story condo and both bathrooms are upstairs. So I take Kyson, I bring him back upstairs and I take a shower. I take like a really warm, hot shower because I need the hot water to be on my stomach because I feel very weird, very uncomfortable. So I'm breathing and I have the hot water going on my stomach and on my back, and I'm trying to just alleviate my pain on my own. I'm not a big pill taker. I don't take medication. I just like to deal with my pain on my own. I get headaches all the time and I don't take pain medicine. I don't like to. So after I took that shower, I wasn't getting any better. So I decided to lay down on my bed. I took my heating pad out. I haven't taken that out in so long. I was just trying to make the pain go away, but it wasn't going away. It was just like there. So I'm telling Kyson, baby, I'm just not feeling good. I'm gonna be going in the bathroom a lot, but I'm okay. I don't want him to feel scared or anything. I'm just, I have a tummy ache. So he's such a good boy. He's playing with his toys. He's watching videos on my phone while I am going through such bad times right now in my life. I was home alone because my oldest son was in school and my husband was going to do our taxes. So I was just by myself with Kyson, my 3-year-old. So I'm laying down in the bed, feeling very uncomfortable. I'm like, all right, let me just take another shower. So I just take another shower, breathing, trying to just make my pain go away. It wouldn't go away. I knew it was like very weird when I started shaking. I was like, oh my gosh, this is getting bad. So I started shaking and I was like, Kyson, I need to go downstairs. I need to look for medicine. So I started looking for some pills. I needed some like pain medicine. So I looked through the cabinets. I don't normally have a stash of medicine or pills in my medicine cabinet. So I started looking at my purse because last month in January, I had a really strong period too where I took Advil to work to help my pains at work. So I was like, oh, I have Advil in my purse. So I go in my purse, shaking and all, and I take 2 pills, 2 Advils. And I'm like, okay, this is gonna make me feel better. I drank my 2 pills. I'm gonna go lay down again upstairs. So I come to my bed again. I'm like, Kyson, I'm just gonna rest a little bit. And I'm resting, and then it's not going away. I go downstairs because Kyson is now hungry. I need to give him something to eat. So I make something for him really, really quick while he's eating on his own. I finally call my husband because I knew something wasn't right. And my voice is so shaky. And I'm like, oh, I don't feel good. And he's like, are you sure? Are you okay? And I'm like, I think I'm gonna be fine. I'm fine. Because I just thought it was my period. I didn't really think anything was wrong. But then minutes passed, like 2 or 5 minutes passed, and I call my mom because my husband is like 20 minutes away and my mom is like 10 minutes away. She came very quickly. She wanted to get Kyson dressed. I said, no, Kyson's not going to the hospital. I'm gonna go by myself. So Kyson stays here with my mom. I just have like a tank top and just leggings on, and I throw my jacket on, my coat on, and I'm like, I gotta go. My mother's boyfriend took me to the hospital. My husband met me there, and then my mother's boyfriend left. My husband stood with me. They ask you all the questions. Do you have endometriosis? I think that's called. And I said, no, I never even heard of that. I don't know what that is. I was explaining to her my symptoms. They tell you to rate your pain from 1 to 10. And I told her I was an 8. I'm pretty good at pain. I had 2 kids. I had 1 kid naturally. I have a high tolerance for pain. So I'm at an 8. Even though I'm like, oh, really, really bad pain. The pain was mostly on my left side. So I knew it was period related. I told my husband it's like my ovary. It was like a really sharp stabbing pain. It was like really, really strong, and it was going down my left leg. I had a feeling it was my ovary, but I'm not a doctor, I don't really know. So they ask you all these questions, and they make me wait in a waiting room with so many people. Oh my gosh, that wait was torture. We got there like around 2 o'clock, and I don't really remember what time they ended up pulling me inside the room so they couldn't even like look at me, so a doctor couldn't even look at me. But it was like, I would say maybe an hour or 2. The doctor checks me, he's pressing my belly. They do a GYN exam just to see what's going on inside. It was just very, very uncomfortable because sitting down was uncomfortable, laying down was uncomfortable. It was just like so much pain. They took out blood, they gave me an IV. And it was just like a waiting game. They wanted to check, my blood, check my urine, just wait to see what the results show. I was sitting down in that room with my husband with me. I was going through so much pain, breathing and just trying to get comfortable. I was so exhausted from just the pain. Finally, I told my husband, can you tell the doctor to give me some type of pain medicine? I need pain medication. Oh my gosh. So finally, the doctor told the nurse to give me some pain medicine. They gave it through the IV. I don't know what type of pain medicine it was, but it helped calm down the pain. But the pain was still there. It wasn't a 10 or 8 anymore. It was more like a 4 or 5. So it was like fading slowly. So they gave me my pain medicine, and then they sent me upstairs to get an ultrasound. Before I lay down in the bed, because the ultrasound technician told me to go take off my clothes, and they were gonna do an ultrasound and a vaginal ultrasound too. I don't know how you call those. Now, even though they gave me my pain medicine before I went upstairs, my pain medication didn't kick in yet. So before I lay down, I asked her, I said, I'm so sorry. I'm not rushing you, and I don't want to seem disrespectful because you need to do your job, and I understand that. But I'm in so much pain. I just want to know how long this is going to take so I can know how to manage my pain and how long I have to lay here. She said about a half an hour. So mentally, I'm preparing myself to lay down because, like I said before, laying down is super uncomfortable. I only wanted to stand up. So I'm laying down, breathing and trying to relax. I'm like shaking because of the pain. and she's doing her thing. She's doing a very good job with whatever she's supposed to be doing. And then we're done. I tell my husband to go home because he didn't eat anything. So I said, you know, we need to wait anyway, so just go home. My husband goes home to eat, and they're done with my ultrasound. They bring me downstairs. As soon as they bring me downstairs, the ultrasound technicians need me upstairs again. So I was like, okay, listen, I was not upset. I was going with the flow. I was like, you can do a million tests on me, get this done, figure out my issue, and just fix me. So it was very nice to everybody. They knew I was in pain. Everyone was so nice to me in the hospital. I really do love the staff. The experience that I had with the hospital was very nice, even though I wasn't in a good state. So I had to go upstairs again. You know, the transporter takes me like in a wheelchair kind of thing, and they transport me from the emergency room area back upstairs. So now another ultrasound tech comes to me. By that time, my pain medicine was already like working, so I wasn't in too much pain. So I'm laying down, and she's like, do you know why you're here? I'm like, no, they just told me to come back upstairs. They needed me again here. She says, we need to check your flow to your ovaries. And I'm like, oh, what does that mean? She said, we need to make sure your ovaries are getting enough blood. So she's doing the ultrasound. She tells me to hold my breath. And I'm holding my breath so she can take, I guess, good pictures. It's very uncomfortable, you know, to even be laying down and then to hold my breath while she's taking my picture, you know, the ultrasound. But again, it was smooth. They did a good job. I finished, and then I had to wait to go back downstairs. They bring me back downstairs, and then they put me in a room again. I have to wait and wait and wait. I guess while they review the ultrasound, I'm not sure. And then finally another doctor comes in the emergency room area again to talk to me again. And she says, do you know why you needed another ultrasound? And I said, yeah, the technician told me that you guys wanted to check the flow of my ovaries. And she said, yes, your ovary is not getting enough blood. I had a cyst on my ovary. The cyst was heavy enough to twist my ovary where the blood flow was getting clogged. So my ovary was, she told me my ovary was having a heart attack. So she explained, you know, that's why you're having so much pain. What we need to do is surgery. As soon as she said that, all of my weight was like, oh my gosh. I started just crying. You know, it's very scary to go into surgery, to think about surgery. You know, I went through surgery already with my jaw surgery. Like, if you've seen my other videos, you know that I went through surgery. But that was planned, you know, I already knew I needed that. And this was just like, you know, spontaneous. It was just like out of nowhere. So I was okay with it, of course. I just have to have it. But I was just super nervous. She told me all the details on what has to happen, what's going to happen during the surgery, how long the surgery is. She told me everything that they're going to do is a 2-hour surgery. They're using a camera to go inside to see my organs and just do the surgery with the camera. They're going to go in through my belly button. That's the first incision. And then they're going to do 2 other incisions towards my right and my left ovary. They're going to remove the cyst and retwist the ovary so that way to see if the blood is going to flow back to the ovary and to see if the ovary does well. And if not, they're going to have to get rid of the cyst with the ovary, and I'll just have 1 ovary. You know, surgery is just scary for me because I'm sure it's scary for everyone. You just lose control over your body, letting the doctors take over your body. I trust the doctors. I trust their knowledge. I trust them 100%, but it's just scary, you know. And then I have my kids, I have my husband, I have, you know, my family, and it's just scary. She said we need to wait until an operating room is available. She leaves, and then I start making my phone calls. I call my husband, I call my sister, my mom, and I tell them everything, and I'm like super nervous. I'm like scared and crying. And my sister's like, why are you breathing like that? I'm like, I'm in pain and I'm super scared. But she told me, you know, you're gonna be fine. They're doctors, they know what they're doing. and you're gonna be good. It finally comes where they take me to the operating room. The anesthesiologist is the last person, I guess, to talk to me. I love how the doctors tell you everything. They speak to you while they're doing it, so it just makes me so comfortable. I don't know if that's legally what they have to do, but they tell you everything. They tell you what's gonna happen and how they're gonna do it and all the details. I'm sure they leave stuff out because it would just be scary if they tell you everything. But the anesthesiologist starts talking to me, and they're basically gonna put oxygen on me, and then she's gonna put a breathing tube down my throat once I'm sleeping. I finally go into the operating room, and I have to switch beds from the bed that they moved me up there with to the operating bed. And that bed is super skinny. They strap my arms to the sides. They give me a few more needles, I guess, IVs. And the anesthesiologist is behind me, and she puts a mask on my head, on my face, and she tells me to breathe. Because I'm so nervous, I start breathing like a panic breathe. She's like, breathe slowly, deep breaths. And I feel like I couldn't breathe because I'm like panicking, and it's like a small mask, but I was like, I can't, this is it. Like, I have to relax. So finally, I'm like struggling to breathe, and then she tells me that she's gonna put something in my IV to put me to sleep, which is good because I was already struggling. I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, just put me to sleep. So 2 hours later, I wake up. My doctor, I don't know how she wakes me up, but she wakes me up. She's like, the surgery's over, and I'm in the recovery room. The nurse is on my left, and I'm just like waking up, and the nurse is talking to me, and she's like, everything went well with the surgery. And the first thing I asked her, did they take out the ovary? Did they save my ovary? She said, yes, you have both ovaries. They just took out the cyst. The ovary was good. I was so happy. I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. The recovery room was very quiet. The nurses was so nice. I was laying down very exhausted. My midsection, my stomach area was so sore. I was like I was in pain, but not as much pain as I was in when I first came into the hospital. It was a recovery pain. It wasn't like an injured pain, I was like in and out of sleep. I would sleep a little bit and then wake up, and the nurses was like, do you want ice? Do you want water? And I was super thirsty, and my throat was sore because the breathing tube that the anesthesiologist puts in, it just makes your throat very sore. So I was drinking a lot of water, and I know that water helps with the recovery too, because when I had my jaw surgery, I had to drink a lot of water. So I was like, yes, bring me water. So yeah, my husband came, and I was so happy to see him. They said I needed to pee before I left, and I was asking, does it hurt to pee? And she said, no, it doesn't hurt to pee. So I peed, they checked the urine, everything was good. Yeah, so I'm very good now. I'm on disability now, I'm resting. My doctor gave me 4 weeks. I had the energy to do my makeup today and wash my hair so I could look some type of decent for you guys. I went to my follow-up appointment after the surgery, and my doctor looked at my incisions, and she said everything's healing fine. She just had to take out a little bit of stitches. I never pick at my scabs. I just let them fall off on their own, and she was telling me to remove the scabs, but I don't get it, because then it rebleeds, and then it's gonna scab again. So one scab is off, but I have my other one on my right side that's still a scab, and my belly button is still a scab. I have like little cuts, little marks around my belly button because I guess the tools they were using like scratched my belly button a little bit. But that's it. I have my 2 incisions on my right and my left side, and then my belly button is already a scar anyway from birth. So that's not a big deal. I was already nervous about this happening again because I heard that some women have these cysts that never go away. They come and then they stay there, because naturally cysts are supposed to grow in the ovaries because it helps with the ovulation process. And I asked my doctor, is it possible that I may have this again? It may be a reoccurring thing. She said yes. So I asked her, what can she recommend so that way this could be avoided. So she recommended birth control. I honestly tried birth control before. Years ago, I used to take up the pill, but after a few pills, I would actually stop because birth control pills mess with my headaches. Because like I said before, I always get headaches, and the birth control pills, I guess, have so much hormones that it gives me like worse headaches, and it just makes me feel so weird. So she recommended the Depo shot. She said basically the Depo shot is a form of birth control. It works for 12 weeks. It helps against pregnancy, but it also has a hormone in it. It basically tells my brain to not make the cyst because I'm not going to be ovulating. So the cyst doesn't need to be created to push my egg. So hopefully that works. I took the Depo shot that same day because I needed to do something to prevent this in the future, you know, and if this helps, why not? And it also helps with my period, which is also a plus because she says I may get like little bleeding, some here and there, but I won't get periods anymore because I'm not going to be ovulating, which is also a relief. After I took the shot, I went online to see the reviews of that Depo shot, and I saw so many like bad reviews. I was like, oh my gosh, I hope I made a good choice. So let me know if you're on birth control or your wife or your partner is on birth control. What's the experience with you guys? You know, do you find yourself moody? Do you find yourself good? Are you getting more heavier periods? Is it helping you with your periods? I would love to know because I was reading negative, like one positive after like 10 negatives. So I was like, oh my gosh, did I do something bad? But it was either the pills or the shot, so I had to choose the shot. It's been a week since I had the shot, and I honestly can say that I feel really good. Just the first day, I felt a little dizzy, you know, when I laid down and I got up pretty fast. Not that I'm fast because, listen, my waist midsection area still feels sore, so I'm not like super fast. But if I get up after laying down, I felt like dizzy, like, whoa, what's that? But that was like only the first day. After that, my head feels fine. I don't feel crazy. You know, I feel normal besides the uncomfortableness that I feel with, you know, my surgery area. I want to show you this picture because it basically shows you my ovary, the cyst, and when it's twisted, and my good ovary, which was the right side, which wasn't affected by the cyst. The picture basically shows you the cyst, and it's like a white cyst, and then you see the bulge here. That's my blood not flowing to the ovary. And then the next picture shows you the bulge of, you know, the blood and a little bit of the cyst. And then the next picture, this one, you see the twisting, which is so scary. You see the actual twist and the blood not flowing, which is like clogged. And then you see my ovary. So this was what they had to untwist after they took out the cyst. And then this picture is my healthy ovary, which is my right side. I'm glad I got that picture. I'm glad I feel better. I'm glad I got that ugly cyst out of my life. But yeah, let me know your experience if you ever had a cyst or if you ever had the surgery. I would love to hear how you're recovering, how you feel. I'm so excited to make more videos. Let me know if you're excited. Yay! And I'll love you so much. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let's stay connected and follow me on Instagram. My Instagram name is JackieHowe_J, and I'll be back on Instagram soon, and I'll see you soon. I love you so much. Thank you. Bye.